The third of our three people carriers is, well, a bit of a different one we've thrown in, a Nissan Serena. An interesting one because of, I mean, just look at the price of it to start with. It's a cheap people carrier.
Very much so. Not being nasty to the Nissan, it's not what you would call as beautiful as the other two, and basically it doesn't ooze class like the other vehicles, but there again, a really good all-rounder. Nissan build quality, so there's nothing you could ever knock that for. And again, Nissan reliability, it will go forever. They're a very, very good tool. This particular model is the 2.3 diesel. It's not very high on specification, but it will do the job. It's an excellent people carrier, and obviously if you look at that for basically £9,700 on an R-Reg compared to the R-Reg Fiat which you've got over there, which is like £13,000, there's a lot of money difference between the two.
So when we decided to come up with a real low budget, low priced MPV to just round off this feature, we came up with the Nissan Serena. Whether that was a wise choice, I'm just beginning to wonder now, because this really is no fun at all. This is, to be perfectly honest, a dog of a car. It's a glorified van, when all's said and done. It's just got a few extra seats, a few little bits and bobs to while away the journey. It's a mid-engine car, so you sit right on top of the engine and get a bit of a massage as you're driving along. It really is that rickety. It's just so much plastic. It's typical Japanese plastic all the way through the cabin. It just doesn't give you any inspiration whatsoever. The engine is a 2.3 diesel, produces only 75 brake horsepower, so you're not going to get anywhere fast. So how finally do we sum up the MPVs then for you? Well, let's face it, none of them are going to give you great thrills in the driving department. That's not what you buy these sort of cars for. The Nissan Serena, bit of an oddball really, to be perfectly honest. It's great value for money, £9,500 for what? An R-Reg car that's done 20,000 miles and can still carry 7 or 8 people in reasonable comfort. Not bad. But if I had that sort of money to spend, I'd look around for an early version, say, of the Galaxy. The Fiat Ulysses, again, pretty decent car. Bags of space, comfortable and pretty refined. Again, I think if I was after this particular brand of car, I'd maybe go for the Peugeot 806 version. So that, of course, leaves us then with the Ford Galaxy. It's still out on top as far as we're concerned. It's refined, it's comfortable, it really is a class above all the rest. There's, of course, the Chrysler Voyager to look at, the Renault Espace, the Vauxhall Sintra, now discontinued as a new vehicle, and the Toyota Previa. That's all for this week's Used Car Heaven. Join me again soon for more here on Men and Motors.